Hi, I'm John from WorkshopAddict.com. Today I have two new LED floodlights to show you from Milwaukee. First one is the M18 model number 2363-20 and Milwaukee's M12 12-volt version, which is model number 2362-20. I've never been much of a light guy. They're the necessary evil of tools, I usually say. But recently with the LED light bulbs or LED lights coming out, everything's gotten a little cooler. Now these two lanterns really caught my eye. These are something extremely unique, and at first I went, oh great, it's another light. And then once I started playing with it, looked at it a little closer, I went, wow, this is really neat. First off, the M18 is on Milwaukee's 18-volt battery platform. You just take whatever 18-volt battery you have, click it in, and the light's ready to go. Of course, the same thing with the M12, but there's two options here. You can use the 4-amp-hour battery, which they have a big footprint, which they really thought this out, because when you put it into the unit, the whole footprint is where your lantern sits on. If you use one of their compact 2-amp-hour batteries, you can still get it to stand upright, because it actually stays recessed all the way to the bottom of these feet. So you basically have the same footprint, it just sits a little shorter. So this will work with either the 2-amp-hour or 4-amp-hour batteries. Some very unique features. The coolest thing about this light is you can get 180-degree light or 360-degree light. And this is done by basically turning this little collar. What it does is they look like fluorescent tubes, but they're really not. There's LED lights in there, and when you turn it, it takes the two outside lights and slides them to the back. They say 180 and 360 degree, but you can even do like a 270. And what's nice about that one is when I was playing around with it is you want to get some coverage out there in front of you, but you don't want to be blinded by the light coming back. So you can take it most of the way back, but not all the way to 360, and it works perfectly good. It just doesn't click into place. Hard thing about doing videos with lights is when I start turning them on and off, you know, your camera's going to adjust. So showing you how bright it is might not be the most useful thing on camera, but let me tell you, on the M18, well, first off, let me go. There is 4 settings with each one of these lights. There is a high setting, so what you're going to turn it on first, then it'll be medium, then low. And if you hold the button in, it'll go to a strobe. So first, let me do the strobe. I'll hold the button in, and your camera's going to strobe. Click it again, it shuts off. If I click it on the first click, it's high. Second click will be medium and low. Works the same on both units. And just for your reference, on the low mode, on the M18, it is 70 lumens. On the middle mode, it's 350 lumens, and on the high mode, it's 700 lumens. On the M12, it's just a little bit less. 40 lumens on low, 200 lumens on medium, and 400 on high. Now, what's really, really cool is these units will last a long time on their charges. For instance, on a strobe on the M18, you'll get 18 hours of light off a full charge on an I believe it's the 4-amp-hour battery. You'll get 75 hours on low, 18 hours on medium, and 9 hours on high. On the M12, you can expect to get 16 hours on strobe, 67 hours on low, 15 hours on medium, and 8 hours on high. Now, some of the other LEDs I've seen on the market, it's like 2 hours. So this one is really going to get you through, let's say, any job you have, because you're not going to work 18 hours down in a basement or in a crawl space. If you're going camping on the weekend, these things are just beautiful, and they should get you through a full weekend. Another thing, that strobe light, never been a huge fan of strobe lights, but these, I think you would have these with you when you would be in a situation where you might get in trouble, like hunting in the woods, camping in the woods, you're hiking, you get lost. That strobe could save your life. And that is a neat option they put in here, because it's bright and it's really going to draw somebody's attention. So I could see me using these a lot. Another feature that these have are a way to hang them. These units have 2 bars that come across come together. Now, if you've got a nail in the wall or something protruding, there is a little groove in each one of these, and it's going to be really hard to see. You're not going to see it, but there's a little indent, so it will stay centered the whole time. You'll find it on the screw, on your nail or whatever, and it'll stay centered, so it doesn't come cockeyed off to the side. It will stay perfectly centered. Now, if you're working and you've got, let's say, a piece of ductwork bracing up here, so you can't have it together, you can open one side and hook it up there and hang it. So this gives you the option of either a string going across, a nail, however you can get this to hang. So that was a neat idea. I like that. And with this lantern, you get a lantern up higher, you're going to get your whole work area lit up. Like I said, these are really bright. On high, you can see there's nothing back there. I can turn it around, go 360. And another thing that Milwaukee did with these is they've picked a light spectrum that they're calling True View. And why this is important is they're saying this is the closest thing to natural white light. So if you're an electrician that requires you to see the different colors between white, black, red, green, blue, orange, you could be an instrument guy and you have tons of colors in your panel, this is going to make the colors look the most true to you, so you don't make a mistake. I know some old flashlights and stuff come off with a yellow hue, or if it's too highly focused, you'll wash out the area and it'll be tough to see the colors. Their True View actually gives you a nice even pattern and a nice solid white color, so you can see what you're working on. The M18, you have your fuel gauge on your battery, so that's where you'll find out how much fuel you have left. On the M12s, you have the full fuel gauge is right on the side of the unit, and the only thing I don't like about this is when you press the button, when you first turn it on, that's the only time you're going to see the fuel gauge. Even when you push between the different modes, it won't tell you how much fuel you have left. So it's just on the initial. If you want to check it 6 hours into it, you're going to have to shut it off, turn it back on. Now, both of these units also have one other really unique feature, especially for camping or hiking or something like that, or if you're out in the field. They have a USB charger on both of them. So these units basically move down this flap, put in your USB cord, and this is for charging your electronics. Now, once this is plugged in, it doesn't automatically charge. There's a button above it that you must push to turn it on. And this works whether the light is on or off. So this button basically controls the charger, and that's it. I know you get on a work site, you're going to have somebody with a phone that's dying like mine and won't hold a charge more than half a day. You're going to need to plug it in. That's going to significantly reduce the amount of time these batteries work, but you'll be able to keep yourself charged and ready to go. Both of these units come bare tool, all right? So you don't get the battery with them. This is how it's going to come. And so I would pick the battery, I would pick the unit that you have the most batteries for, whatever your platform is. But these are significantly interesting and user-friendly lights. Matter of fact, I gave it to my neighbor the other day, and he said, boy, tracking deer with this would be awesome, because seeing blood spots out after the sun goes down in the woods that has leaves everywhere, it can be very difficult. And when you're using a flashlight or a floodlight, it's a focus beam, different color, really tough to see. With this unit, he said it would be great, especially this M12, he said, because it's easy and light to carry. You can hold it around like this. The M12 is awesome, or the M18 is awesome also, but it's a little heavier and bulkier to be dealing with out in the woods. So both of these units are spectacular. And if you're looking for a light, looking for an all-around great light for work, for play, for whatever, take a look at the Milwaukee lantern floodlights, LED lantern floodlights. They should be out right about now. And until next time, I'm John from WorkshopAddict.com. Talk to you later.